So yeah, this is basically part 2 about Warships Mobile 2 Naval Battles, or whatever the name is. I read that there are other versions of this game that are a bit older, and some claim this was copied or something, whatever. I actually prefer this version. I like the fast-paced combat, just like you have MLBB and Wild Rift, two mobile versions of League of Legends basically on the mobile phone. I prefer MLBB just because it's a bit fast-paced, and actually some heroes like Sun, Monkey King is, in my opinion, much better made in MLBB than in Wild Rift or League of Legends, like Wukong is. But yeah, back to this game. Actually, the goal mainly is to get as much money and gold as possible. I wouldn't waste gold on anything other than maybe an F-22 Raptor or a ship for gold, because there's a possibility you will be able to buy F-22 here for cash, because every day this resets, and yeah, you can check out each day, so you should always have some money stacked for these good offers that come up. Because the thing about if this F-22 Raptor was in cash instead of gold, it would actually cost, I believe it was 2.8 million in bucks instead of gold. So that's actually quite a lot of cash, because you can buy literally an aircraft carrier or something for that money. But yeah, in the long run it definitely pays off, because F-22 is, in my opinion, as I said in part 1, the best aircraft fighter in the game. So yeah, about my flagship, I actually started with this ship, Brandenburg. For me, this is the best ship you would want to start with. So it actually asks you like which navy would you like to start with, and it offers you like US Navy, German, Korean, Japan, and Chinese, I believe. And I just picked German, I don't know why. Doesn't matter, I actually got this ship, which in my opinion, in its class, like what would be this, tier 2 something, it's actually the best ship, I believe, in my opinion. It doesn't have torpedoes, that's the only flaw. But on the other hand, you have 4 missiles, which are actually 2 different kinds of missiles that launch in pairs of 2, so that's why it's 4. You have 2 anti-air missiles, which are basically an automatic defense against enemy missiles that are being launched at your ship. So you don't have to do anything, it does everything automatically. This is, however, manual. This is the turret. This one is the best for me, for my playstyle. Also for the rockets, I would recommend this too. This is probably the best rocket in the game so far that I managed to, just based on my experience. There are not a lot of videos about this game, that's why I'm making one. Just because I think it's a really underrated game and there's not a lot of hype or videos around on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere about it, so yeah. These pairs are the best, which is why I leveled up this one to level 15 and this one to level 10. So the Esther 15 missile is Franco-Italian. The reason why it's the best for me is of a ridiculously low reload time, 5.1 seconds, compared to my second best, which is the Automat Teseo Mark 1. It has like almost 10 seconds, like double the cooldown. Even though it does more damage, like Automat does 420 damage, while Astra does half of that, 210. However, I would actually recommend that you buy Esther 15 first, just because it's a vertical launch surface to air missiles. So basically what this means is like you can position your ship really closely, like next to an island or somewhere, and it can still launch over that island to the enemy ship across the island. So you are not in the line of sight, you are not risking of getting torpedoed or missiled or shot at from the turrets. You are in a shadow of an island, but you can actually shoot your missiles at the enemies. These ones are much better than any option available. And the second best is this one, Automat TCO Mark 1. They are better for the initial starting combat because they have a longer range and they do more damage. However, you also need to take into account that you have anti-missile defenses, and launching multiple missiles is much better, and also the targeting of Aster 15 is twice as faster than the targeting for Automat. You have a delay of about 1 to 3 seconds when initially targeting or getting the location of your enemy ship that you will fire upon. So Aster targets in 1 point something seconds, and this one does it in almost 3 seconds. I believe it's much slower, but yeah. So this is for the turret, these are the missiles, this is defense, many options. This one is the best for me. Oh, not that one. The HHQ-7 short-range surface-to-air missiles from the People's Republic of China. Yeah, these ones are the best for me. And on this Brandenburg, yeah, you kinda need torpedoes, but this is actually like the best VTOL in the game, F-35B, just because of its missiles, and I'm gonna show you why when we join the combat. And for these types of smaller ships that are not aircraft carriers, you actually need to think about the camouflage. So I would suggest something like, I don't know, you can use this if there are heavy waves, like your ship disappears in the background, or something gray like this, or digital, or this iceberg. Yeah, just don't use something like this or emoji, because this really stands out when you are targeting manually using the turret guns and such, or these really stick out. But yeah, this should be your starting ship, like Brandenburg. It's probably the best, yeah, in my opinion, for starting. These missiles make everything easy, you chill around the back. Also, when upgrading your ships beside these turrets and skins and whatever, you can upgrade your individual ship like this. When upgrading, I would actually recommend, since I was new, I started upgrading HP, because I realized that you don't need to actually upgrade your HP, because for the entire game your focus should be on not getting hit at all, and you do that by expanding your radar range. When your radar range is expanded, like mine is, to 5600 meters, 5.6 kilometers, that means that I have on average at least 600 meters when compared to the non-expanded ships. Like most ships have 5 kilometers range. So I have an additional half a kilometer, 0.6 kilometer of range. That means that I can target enemy ships much more quickly before they can even see me. So I can actually like fire. I fire these missiles first, then the second salvo, and then again Aster 15. Like you can shoot 3 salvos of missiles, that's 6 in total, in less than 5 seconds. So yeah, you shoot and you disappear. So that's what we're gonna do in part 3. And to finish this up, yeah, you have different types of frigates. you have submarines, you have cruisers. I think frigates have torpedoes and cruisers don't. That's the difference, I believe. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend starting with submarines. They are really difficult to manage, and they are a bit risky for the attacks from the enemy, especially if they have good aircraft. So yeah, these ones, of course, you would want to unlock your first aircraft carrier first. It's probably gonna be either Midway or Charles de Gaulle. I believe it's unlocked on level 15. I would actually recommend Midway, just because, I don't know, you start with F-16s instead of Eurojets. So yeah, they're a bit better overall. So yeah, I would recommend starting with Midway. And then on level 20 you can unlock Gerald R. Ford. And then on level 30, I believe, where is it? We can unlock this now, but yeah, I don't like this one. Did I miss it? But where is it? This is the best free option for an aircraft carrier in the game currently. This is April of 2026. Yeah, John F. Kennedy. The reason why this is the best free option available is because maybe you can see already the pictures. Just by the stats, you have 2 fighters, 2 bombers, a helicopter, 4 anti-air missiles, and a satellite ship. 1 satellite ship. Although I don't know why they didn't include more options, like that you can have 2, 3, 4 satellite ships like in the real life. That would be much better and more realistic. There are some options that have maybe 2 satellite ships, but that's it. I mean, I don't know if it's the game limitations or something, but yeah, a bigger number of ships would definitely, satellite ships would definitely be an improvement overall. So yeah, this is the best option, John F. Kennedy USS. As you can see, it has a lot more HP than Gerald R. Ford, and this is, I already upgraded my version, so yeah, this actually has more HP, the standard 5000 range, which can be upgraded, which there's no real use for upgrading because you will be most likely using this one, this satellite. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, Gerald R. Ford is probably the best your option before getting John F. Kennedy. This is the current best because you have 2 bombers, so if you lose one you have another one. And also, like, bombers actually dish out most of their weapons very quickly. Like within 2 or 3 flybys you can dish out everything you have on board. And the only option for the bomber, since you can't like land it and reload in the game, which would also be a very cool option if you could add it. Like, imagine if you could just land it back on the ship like in real life, refuel it, rearm it, and shove it back in the game. But you can't currently. You have to crash it like a kamikaze in order to spawn the new planes, new fighters. But bombers don't respawn and helicopters don't respawn, but bombers and drones do respawn. So yeah, I'm currently level 26. Once I'm level 30, I will probably be investing in John F. Kennedy, just because of that an additional bomber place which would make it far easier to survive initial assaults. So yeah, we will be trying some combat in part 3.